Well, if you can hear me, you can start speaking to me. I see people had been waiting, and I want to apologize for the tardiness, but I want to make sure that when it's done correctly. What's facing you now is our holy convocation that will be held in Orlando, Florida, October 28th through November 1st. We have many guests coming. Of course, there are familiar faces on there. Dr. Sonia Mixon, which will be hosting the 10th Holy Convocation there in Orlando. The details are on the website, shabakministries.net. God bless you. We have people from Houston, from Chapel Hill. Wherever you're from, just let us know. West Virginia to Lleauh. Hello, Dr. Hall. All of you, I am appreciating you. New Jersey. And if you're in Jersey, you need to know that we're not far from you. We're in the Bronx in the morning at the Bar Tabernacle, 644-48 Southern Boulevard. They're in the heart of the Bronx. We'll be there at 11:45 a.m. and 6 p.m. in the evening, one day only. As you are doing this, we'll soon turn this around, but I want you to get that picture in mind, okay? Dr. Sonia Mixon is coming to, yes, she is. She's going to be at Kingdom Life Ministries on October the 4th, I believe. Our pastor from there. We have people chiming in from London, England. Come on, y'all, bounce in. Nashville, Mount Zion, one of my greatest experiences of the year. And we are still thanking Bishop Joseph Walker for that open door and for an open heart. He and his lovely wife and the saints there in Nashville. We're at 323 viewers. I will begin the talk at about 500 people. The last time we did this, I know people hanging out on Saturday, but if you have means to chime in, get in. Now listen, if you will help me share this broadcast, what I want you to do presently is if you're using an iPhone or an Apple, take your finger and move it from left to right. Swipe from left to right and push share. Swipe from left to right and push share. Keep those hearts coming. That's not enough hearts. Show me some love. Not begging for it, but if you're part of it, you ought to want to give love. You can tap the screen as many times as you choose. Literally. Your color will show up with your hearts, and we accept all of the love that you're showing me right now. And if you're using an Android, like an old timer like me, then take your finger and swipe from the bottom of the screen up, and there press share. Okay, from the bottom of the screen up, press share. Birmingham, Alabama. We'll be back there sometime in October. We're going to be ministering there in Birmingham one day on a Sunday. We'll let you know the details soon. We will be in Goldsboro, North Carolina for the United Holy Churches on this Thursday, Goldsboro, New York. Have a special announcement out to you in about 24 hours. We'll wait. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Enjoyed my time there with Freddie Washington and, of course, the bishop and the lovely ministry there. We're almost there. 383. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to wait soon because I chose to chime in on a Saturday when everybody's trying to chill and hang to see how many people like me actually meditate and get ready for Sunday morning worship. Free and independent. That's one of our wonderful churches. Apostle Keith Curry is their presider, and he's one of my sons. I'm praying for deliverance, Bishop, from your Android. Keep praying. I'm not a part of the Apostolic Church yet. Maybe I'll come over to the Apostolic Church after a while, but I'm not a part of them yet. And we appreciate you anyway for such a wonderful prayer. Okay, they're calling in from Chicago. I'm getting my Bible scriptures ready now because we're about to flip this over and talk to you and hear what the Lord has to say. because the Lord is speaking to us all. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Back and forth. Let me know. And I am not on my phone at this time, so don't say it's my phone. At this time, I'm on this iPad. God bless you all. I'm on the iPad. All right, you've heard the announcements. You've heard what I've asked of you. Again, if you would invite people on your iPhone, swipe from left to right, and then push invite for those who you know need to hear a word from the Lord at this time. Someone tell me, what is my screen doing? Let me know. They're asking where to sow seed now, which is a beautiful thing, not because of the money, but because you see the value in what's going on. You can go to www.shabach Ministries, SHABACH Ministries, no spaces, .net, and there follow the prompts. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all of you who just inquired about where to go and seed. All right. Stephen Hurd, I am going to call you tonight. I've been flying all day. One of the greatest worship leaders of our day. Stephen Hurd there in Maryland. Y'all know him all over the world. I appreciate him. All right, I think I'm there. I think people are saying that they're viewing it. We see you, Prophet. Okay, so we're clear and we're coming through without any issues. If so, say yes. And then I want to talk with you. I see people, bless you, Pastor, from Florida. I love you more, Steve. Now stop bothering me and just listen and let's have church, Steve. Steve, you need to come. One time I need to FaceTime you while I'm on here and let you sing a 30-second clip to my Periscope viewers. Will you do that? How about that? Will you? We see all of y'all. We see so many of all of you coming in. Tally, Crystalline, all of you are coming through. He said, yes, he will do that. I have some other people as I continue with this social media, as I get a little more comfortable and as the Lord shall lead me. I have people, I see members of my church, Donna Duncan, those who help publicize and market our ministry, Kimball, Marshall. I see a whole lot of you, the influential one. I just see all of you coming through. Amy, just everyone. I am appreciative of everyone that is chiming in. You can see I have not had a chance to grow my hair, but I'm here in New York and just got here. And I want to also pause for real and thank all of you for praying for me. You don't need the details. I always tell people if you give too many details, you'll find the devil trying to. But whatever we heard a couple of days ago that troubled our spirit is beginning to calm, because where there's prayer, where there's care, where there's support, where there is a love, there is a cure, there's a healing, there's a bounce back. So we appreciate all of you. Greenville got a little static. That's what some people are saying. Well, I don't know how to control the static, but maybe as we go on. And when I do this from my phone, it's always clear. But today I want to talk to you. Give me some more love. We're at 359. Give me some more love over there in that corner. You can tap your screen as many times as possible. New Destiny, Houston, Texas. Y'all are there. I believe one of our pastors are with you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, they're with you. DFW Airport. People are signing on from the airport, literally. We have some of my fine ministers, Minister Pastor Jackson from Dallas. All right, well, we'll try to fix it now. I'm telling y'all, I don't know how to do this. Are we coming through a little clearer for all of you? Because I'm about to get into this quick lesson. We have a group of people say we on Holy Ground Ministries, on the Holy Ground Ministries. All right. That's a beautiful thing. And Sebastian from Orlando. We have Gary, Indiana. I just thank all of you. Now let me get to the matter at hand. If you signed on, then you also saw my scriptures, because I believe in being Bible based. Even if I should come on and motivate and do whatever, I believe in the scriptures, the scriptures, the scriptures. They're saying they think it's my headset that's causing all of this, and it may be, or it could be, this raspy voice of mine. But whichever one it is, we're going to work through it. Psalms 27, verse 13 and 14. And then we have Galatians chapter 6, verse 9 and 10. They said make sure it's connected. I've got people just really making me do some work here. Am I coming through clear enough for most of you? If so, somebody say amen. Oh, they're hearing me clear in Germany. I have people signing in from Germany now. Germany, welcome. All of my first-time Periscope followers. Thank all of you for just lending me your time. But now let me bless you. Allow me to bless you. And at the same time, be praying for one of the faces you saw on the flyer who's like my little brother. I love him to life. He has decided to run for Congress there at the 7th District, which is none other than the Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant. He is running. We are praying that God gives him a seat to bring holiness to the Congress. We need people strategically positioned like Moses, like Joseph, to sit around Potiphar's and Pharaoh's and give wise advice to bring peace, prosperity, and love, joy back to America. So let us all pray for Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant. I love him. He's like family, and that's from the preacher love, church love. That's family love. Psalms 27, and I want to read it because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. Psalms 27. You don't have to turn there unless you're situated like I am to turn there. Verse 13 and 14. I'm going to read, then I'll discuss. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Verse 14, key verse. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. If this scripture is moving you, let me know now, because it's going to jar your spirit shortly. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. There are two waits in that verse. Two waits in that verse. And before I even get there, let's go to Galatians chapter 6. I read, because you may be out. Verse 9 and 10. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. In due season we shall reap if we faint not. Many years ago when I was a little prodigy preacher, I used to say this, that the church lives in 5 seasons. And that is winter, spring, summer, fall. If you live in that climate where you experience all 4 seasons, the 5th season will be called due season, D-U-E. And a woman can be pregnant, and from day 1 she is with child. But from day 1 through month 9, what's in her is being developed into something that at that season called due when she pushes what was in her, she can literally embrace, hold, raise, kiss, love. But before the embracing, all she could do is care for it by eating properly and praying for the health of what she could only carry. Some of you are carrying a vision. That vision is growing. That vision is expanding. But it is causing frustration because sometimes we feel, I have, that we're overdue. I'm waiting too long. I'm ready to give up. I'm done with this. I cannot wait another year, another month, be it on a person, be it on an answer, be it on anything that you feel you should have by now. The Psalm scripture teaches us to wait. And then it says, wait. Maybe I should do this. It's called kalvar. That's the Hebrew word for wait. Kalvar, not the Greek, the Hebrew. That word means to bind together. That word means to expect. What it suggests is while you're waiting, you choose better company. You make sure you don't talk to people who frustrate what God has planted in you. You have to get with people who can explain to you that what God is about to do for you is so serious and so critical that rushing would kill it. A lot of people want to rush. I've wanted to rush, maybe because age and desire are fighting each other. Some of us, as we get older, our desires seem to feel like they have an expiration date, and we start switching our prayers to match our ages. No, I want everything that God promised me, and even after I get it, if I don't have need of it, I want to be able to give it to someone who does. Don't give up on anything. If you get something and you deem it to be late, if it's from God, it is usable. Okay, hold on. I'm going to stop and see if anyone has been enjoying this conversation thus far. Because at the end, I promise you, you won't regret it. Has anyone? I see yes. Emery Diggs. I see my nephew, my spiritual sons. People are still inviting people to come on after 5 shared it. Thank you, whoever you are. Have you been enjoying our little, what I call, interaction thus far for a Saturday evening? Because after this, I have to be on a conference call with my pastors, the Shabbat Fellowship of Pastors. I talk to them every Saturday, cover them properly, pour into them before Sunday. I've been doing this for 10 years. All right, they say yes, it's kalvar. And that kavar simply means you have to make better choices with your company. See, the problem most people have, even you who want to learn the Bible better, is some words in the Bible that you are focusing on you cannot define through the Webster Merriam dictionary. And when you do, you must be careful of how you apply the definition of man to critical kingdom biblical issues. Because the Bible can be better understood if you read it within its proper context, which is the Hebrew and the Greek, or as close to it as you can. Some people do the Aramaic, some people go way out there and they are scholars. But it is better that you do that. That word kavav is like twisting rope. It's like binding cords. It's like braiding hair. You have to make sure who you mingle with during your waiting time is not making you wish you never waited at all, or begins to cause you to edit and augment what God said directly, and you give it your own interpretation. I want to get past that because it says wait twice. So let's get out of the deep stuff and let's go here and let's make it applicable. I wrote on my paper when the Lord told me sign on. He said, tell people they must wait 2 times. One is, you must wait your time. You must wait your time. And then the second wait is, here we go, you must wait your turn. You must wait your turn. It can be time to eat, but if you're on the buffet line and the food is ready, the food is not going anywhere, but you have to be patient enough to wait your turn. Are you with me? Some people basically are confusing time with turn. Just because it is your time doesn't mean it's your turn. Catch this. When my children were young, if I told them it's time to go to bed, they got dressed, put on their pajamas, as I did as a child, got in the bed, but I wasn't sleepy. But as I obeyed my parents' wishes, it was 9 o'clock, time to go to bed. Time also needed some type of element. So they said, cut off the TV, turn the lights off. And some of you during time, you have not created an element to cause you to understand that before turn comes, the environment that I'm in during waiting must be feasible enough for me to be strong enough that when it's my turn, I don't have to be thinking, what am I going to do? The first wait is to give you time to think, to ponder, to mull over, to write, to research, to watch others, the do's and the don'ts, to make sure that when it's your turn, you're not making the same mistakes that everyone before you made. Turn is now the platform where you can't afford to be practicing. See, when you're waiting on time and it's not your turn, you're in a rehearsal. Get your lines down. Learn your parts. Play your role. Get ready, because when the curtains go up, rehearsal's over. It's the real deal. It's your turn. First impressions are normally the lasting impressions. Anyone out there now, if you're understanding time and turn, let me know. You understand it? Let me know. Yes, I'm with you. There are people coming and I'm slowing folk down. Help me, God. Wait my time and then wait my turn. Wow, time versus turn. Then some folk want to know, when am I coming back to South Carolina? We'll get to that. Wait twice. Time and turn. I like that, because what I'm going to give as an example during my closing is the one that's going to set us all on fire. It's a childhood story that I literally experienced when I was in junior high school. And I'm about to tell you, but let's do some dialogue. And time and turn. The enemy of waiting is rushing. Oh, good things come to those who wait. And the reason why I've been so frustrated growing up is no one was effectively preaching the power of waiting. So I went out there and I made things happen. And the things that I made happen, I wish never happened. Is there anyone in here that ever made a quick decision because somebody pushed you to the limit and said, if you don't do this by this time, then I'm done, or you don't get the job, or the door's closed, and you literally allowed rush to hit you? And rush locked you into a jam for years. I enjoy waiting. Some people don't believe that, though. Here I am, at the age that I am, happy to be alive. Things that I still desire and think that I should have and don't have presently, but still have an expectation that they are coming. As of 2 to 3 weeks, August the 28th, my turn started coming. It's been my time for over 10 years. Catch that. Been preaching over 25. Been anointed all of those times. Made mistakes, yes, we're going to get past that. God's grace was sufficient. His blood covered. And his love reinvented us. Still to be doing what we're doing. And doing it in the right season. But my time started 10 years ago. My turn, if I'm right, August the 28th, just a few weeks ago. And I knew it was my turn, because when it happened, it brought a peace, soulless. And you know when it's your turn? It's your turn when you have now said, I'm good. Maybe I just don't need it. I'm settled. I'm mature. The things that I wanted, they're no longer necessary. And right when I said that and meant it, the phone rings. Text. My office calls. And they mention names that I used to just watch on television and wish one day God would give me an opportunity. And now here is opportunity. Now what if I had wasted time? If I had a wasted time, turn would have been no good. I spent all of that time preparing. If you want to succeed, preparation must meet opportunity. Some of you are about to get an opportunity that you're not prepared for, because you didn't take advantage of the time that God gave you during the waiting. Wait didn't mean pause and freeze. Wait meant get prepared. Do something. Settle in. Oh, I didn't mean for that to come out. Settle in. Study what you feel you're going to get. Find someone to look up to look on. Bind with the right people. Twist and become one like plaited hair with the right people. Because y'all know about them weaves now. Don't bother me. $140 to $165 for a bundle. Need at least a minimum of 3 bundles to start the hair right, sisters. But if that hair is attached to your hair in the wrong way because they rushed, it can pull the actual hair and damage your hair. And now you need a lawsuit. And you have to then make the hair healthy again. Because to do hair and plait and braid and cornrows effectively, you have to be willing to sit in that seat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours so that it is done right. 10 years, it's been my time, and time frustrated me because I didn't know what to do with it until I matured. And once I understood that God was binding me to purpose and binding me to his will and showing me his ways, Jesus Christ, turn came. Now, my story, and hopefully somebody's excited already. If so, give me about 1,000 hearts. I also need you to tell others to follow us on this Periscope. While I'm using it, get all you can out of me, because this is what I'm doing. I just believe God is about to release a whole new generation, a whole new, what do I call, lineup, a remnant. There's a small group that's been frustrated. You're frustrated. You're not going to say it because you don't want to call it that. Call those things that being as though they were. No. You're frustrated. I've been there. And you're not frustrated at God per se, but he controls everything. So the frustration seems like it is aimed towards him. The frustration is more about, what am I not doing that things are not going well? Then the calamity and the confusion is, I'm making better decisions. I'm not sinning as much, or I'm not sinning at all. And things are still not moving as I thought they would. Has nothing to do with that. You better yourself so that when your turn comes. But bettering yourself does not rush the time. God's not going to rush. Okay, everything he made, he had a time. Let there be light. There was light. God did not make vegetation spring up the same day. He didn't make man the same. He could have did it all. He's God. He could have did it all in one day. Instead, he made one thing at a time. And when he created us, we that are in his image, and says, it's your turn. Let's see what you do with the time that I took to make this. God made the animals. He then said to man, you don't have a time to make anything, but it's your turn to name it. And when turn comes, you better know what to call it. You better know what to label it. You better know how to sell it. You better know how to define it. You better know who to share it with. You better know who to talk to. Let's get deeper. You better know who to not talk to. You better know who to be around. You better know who not to be around. But through it all, you better learn to give God glory. I just saw, ouch, did not take advantage of my weight. All right. Let me get to my story and let y'all go. Here goes my story. When I was in school, I always knew that the best lunch days were Thursday and Friday. The best lunch Thursday and Friday. That was pizza day on Thursday, if y'all remember, if some of you are. And then on Friday was basically hamburger day. So those 2 days, I strategically planned that whatever I was in to be closest to the door, so that when the bell rang, I could just get up, run from where I was to be positioned on the lunch line to at least get my slice of the pizza. Are y'all hearing me? At least to get my slice. I'm about to get a slice of pie. Your ear and type and talk, because then that energizes me to feel like I'm not wasting my time. I don't want to waste time. So I positioned myself, and when I got downstairs, the line was already long. And I knew that every Thursday, our lunch monitor and our cafeteria would run out of pizza. Good things seem to never last long for those who deserve it. Seems like when it comes to you, you get what's left over. I've been there. You're talking to me. I've been there. So what happened, Todd Hall? I bullied my way, because of what I used to be in my sin days, to be at least third on the line. I forced my way into line. Even though I got there on time, there were others who got there before time. Did you hear me? I was there on time, but there were others who got there before time. Now, those who got there late, forget it. I have a saying, and maybe you want to adopt this saying. Early is on time. On time is late. Late is a demon. I'm going to say it again, and hopefully you can adapt to this, especially if you are a leader, a person of purpose, a general in the kingdom. Early is on time. On time is actually late. Late is a demon. All right? So I was on time, but I bullied myself into line. The lunch monitor, the cafeteria monitor, Miss Washington, still alive, in case you're watching. Miss Washington came out. She knew my mother, who worked at the school. My name loud, Todd Hall. And I looked around for another Todd Hall, because the tone let me know this is trouble. She called it again and looked at me. She says, get to the back of the line. I tried to ignore her, but when I was young, they taught us, no matter how demonic we were, to respect our elders. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to even go there. And there goes one of my sons, Big E. You know I love you, Big Ed. I'm going to reach out to you. You texted me twice. You've not been ignored, but I've been flying every day. Let me get back here. They told me, get to the back of the line. That's what Miss Washington said. So I got out. I went to the middle, and she said, the back. And it was lunchtime. And I'm specific in my spirit, even in my classiness like you are. I know there are only 4 corners to the pizza. Even though there's several pies, they're going to run out. But I like the parts with the corners. You have to know what you want. Accept anything that's given. You got to know what you want while you're waiting. Why are you waiting long? And still not know exactly what you want, your portion, how you want it. You know, you may not get it, but at least know it. And I knew I wanted the corner piece of pizza. I hear y'all, this man crazy on here talking about pizza. Well, I got to the back of the line, and everyone that time and now late are ahead of me. They're ahead of me. I was number 3 until a voice that knew me said, get to the back of the line. I obeyed that voice. I really did. I obeyed that voice. But everything now in front of me and everything that I could have been in front of if I'd have did it right, they were laughing. You got to go to the back of the line. And I wanted to fight, but my mother worked in the system. And my mother's friend was the lunch monitor. And my behavior would have gotten me expelled. Then I would have had to go home and face consequences. It's too much for you to step out of line right now. It's going to cost you too much for you to just say, well, I know how to get it and get it in a way that does to get it. Are y'all listening or you playing? So as the line gets closer to the door, there's only 5 of us left. It gets down to 4. It gets down to 3. It gets down to just the one in front of me and myself. The one in front of me comes out with a piece of pizza and announces to me, there's no more pizza. How do you feel when you're waited and you are told there is no more? And I went in, I got ready to go in, and the door closed and it locked. And now I'm not just frustrated, I'm confused. Because now people say, you were last online. But the truth is, for 10 folk who could get happy on this thing, if I stay on there, I'm now the only. I'm not last anymore. I'm the only. Maybe God's been saving you for last because you're the only. Maybe he lets you be last because you're the only one who can do this. Everything before you did not complete the task. So his voice said, get to the back of the line. I walk off. The door opened. It unlatched. The voice that made me get to the back, Miss Washington, said, Todd all. And she made me come in to where the pizza was. And the whole entire assembly line, was clean. I couldn't even listen to her voice because I was looking at the emptiness around me. It was clean. Just clean. Shiny. Silver. And I looked at her and she said, let me tell you something. Don't you ever take the liberty, you know how they talk, to cut in people wait like you. They go to this school like you. I had to go through public embarrassment before I could receive anything. Has anyone out there gone through your public embarrassment? I believe this too. Everything I tell you, I believe that public embarrassment comes before elevation. That God, Christ Jesus, would never allow any of us to be embarrassed. That he does not plan on elevating in the midst of our enemies after we accept his chastisement. Them that he loves, he chastens. So she read me and said, do you love me like old saints do? Hug me, look at me. And I hugged her out of respect, but I was upset because there was no pizza. Not one. Got ready to turn around. She said, where are you going? I said, I got another class to go to, and if I'm late, you're going to get me in trouble. She said, I called ahead of you. And I told the teacher you'll be late because you have not eaten. And I said, okay. Because to go to I didn't like anyway. So that was a lesson that day I would not have to learn and sit through and torment myself. So when I got ready to leave, she said, come here. And she took me behind a sacred place, little secret hideaway, and she gave me a double cheese hamburger. Now, mind you, Thursday is pizza day. Friday is hamburger day. We don't have no double cheeseburger days. But her being in position to be in control was making tomorrow's meal that day so that they can have enough for Friday. But she gave me a double cheeseburger. And when I got it, she said, now don't cause no trouble when you go out there. Just sit down and eat. I walked out that door. Everybody who was laughing at me stopped laughing. They saw what was in my hand. A double cheeseburger. I didn't have to speak. What was in my hand spoke for me. I got something that wasn't even on the menu because I waited. I challenge all of you. Stay in line. And if you're last, interpret it as, I'm the only. I'm not last. I'm the only. Practice saying that. It's up to you. I'm not last. I'm the only. I got that double cheeseburger. No one has ever had it in school yet. Not to my knowledge. And I became famous throughout the school. So now when people came for lunch, they were fighting to be last. They were allowing everybody to get in front of them. Guess what? I've been doing that, rehearsing it for 10, helping others get out front. Those who played drums for me, those who played the organ, those who carried my bags, those who weren't even a preacher. Now they've been on TBN first, the Word Network, INSP, Daystar. They're validated, certified, consecrated. And I'm still Prophet Todd. But August the 28th, I got kissed by turn. And it's something you can't practice. So this is not bragging, and you won't be bragging. You'll have the right, because you waited just for this turn. And when you stand on that platform from corporate America, politics, the classroom, the pulpit, a stadium, wherever God is going to position you, no one's going to do it better than you. Even if they're more intelligent, they have more degrees, they are well connected, still won't do it like you, because time took its time to make sure that when it was your turn, no one else could come behind you. You need to start telling the world, not publicizing it, but right now with me, I cannot be stopped. Felt last, but the last shall be made first. All of you, be encouraged. It's not just time. You waited. Now it's your turn. And this type of wait is a different wait. If you want to hear more about this, you let me know that you want to hear more about it. And I'll come back maybe Monday, because Sunday is a busy day. Unless the Holy Spirit hits me, of course I'm going to do it, because I'm tired now. But when he says, Todd, speak to the masses, seems like he gives me a bigger church now on social media than the buildings until August the 28th. Things are happening. He prepared me. In the beginning of the year, I began to tell my family and friends, if you're not a part of what God has planted in my spirit, I'm going to have to turn you loose. And that was a hard dialogue to have, because now practice time is over. Rehearsal is over. The curtain is about to rise. And everyone that claims they love you got to be a part in your play and play their roles correctly. Because this will determine whether that play goes on tour. And This will determine the salary, and those will come out to sold out events because you were sold out to God. When you are sold out to God and wait on God, he will literally put you in a sold out event. I'm coming out at a church near you now. I've been made some offers and through some prominent people who I respect and look up to, and I did not rush to answer because rush will nothing but hurt you. If it's meant to be, it will be. But you can't get lackadaisical, and you can't let frustration keep making you lose your spot. Don't get out of line. And as a prophet, I have to do this because this is what I do. The Lord says, according to Chronicles 20:20, every time I send you to open your mouth to the masses, you ought to tell them to sow a seed. Whether they do it or not, if they give a prophet, especially a true man or woman of God, a glass of water, you shall receive the reward of a prophet. I want you to go to shabakministries.net before the evening is over. And if you play this and review it, at the moment that you see it and something in this has totally set you free, seed into it and watch the fruit come in your direction. I promise you, and once you start getting fruit, you can continue to seed because the seed is in the fruit. But the first seed has to be out of your need, not out of what God gives you, but out of what you can't afford to give him. And some of you cannot afford to give it this time, but if you do, I promise you, the fruit will start pouring in immediately. shabakministries.net, shabakministries.net. Go there now. I close by saying, death and life is in the power of the tongue. They that love it shall live by the fruit thereof. On the tip of your tongue is either your funeral or your future. My name is Dr. Todd Hall, and I approve this message. Be blessed, and I love you. See you again soon.